Hello once again, people with no lives. I am Ads, Queenie B. And this is another installment of my top 5 things of 2014. Today we are going to be talking about my top 5 albums. I know you're so excited, so just hold back. But yeah, let's get started, basically. Number 5, Death Stars, The Perfect Cult. I was really freaking excited about this album, and with good cause, because the Death Stars haven't done another new album since I was in year 11, which was at least 6 years ago, I think. It was a while, it was a damn long time ago. Yeah, it was a good, honestly, I like it. It was a really, really cool album. There are some banging tunes on it. Obviously the title track, The Perfect Cult, was brilliant. It really spoke for what it should be, what the album's about, sort of thing. What else? All the Devil's Toys, the first single they released for it, was great. Typical Death Stars, really. To be honest, it was a good album. But kind of with a lot of the Death Stars stuff, even though, as you would have seen from my last video, I am a big fan. If you really watched it, despite all that, they can get a bit samey after a while. I think it gets to a point where you've sort of gone, alright, yeah, I get it. You do an intro with a synthesizer and then you have a drum solo or like a and you can basically just sing along to most of them. Having said that, I really do like it, and it was I was really happy that it actually finally came out. So, the Death Stars, Perfect Cult. Number 4, Skindred, Kill the Power. Yes, I was freaking excited about this one too. Mainly because they released 2 singles. When was it? Maybe it was a good couple of months before the album or sort of got released. The Ninja first came out and I was like, this is really, really cool, great song. And then Kill the Power, the actual single, the first video for the song came out, and I was like, oh man, this is freaking awesome. It was just basically everything I love about Skindred in one song. Like, they have the hip hop grooves in the beginning, they have the the really heavy freaking riffs, proper sick rapping or whatever you want to call it from Benji, great crowd pleasing anthem, and then with that cheeky little bit in the middle, the sample bit, just brilliant, and it just really set the standard for the rest of the album, which is a shame because actually, despite me really liking the album, it was a bit of a disappointment. He says, saying that it's on his top 5, but no, it definitely is deservingly in my top 5 because I loved it and I listened to it loads. But there was some really banging tunes on it, and it really was a Skindred record, and it was great. But there were just some I felt like that some of the tracks were a bit quieter, I don't want to say quieter, but kind of, and the ending song, Fireman, I think it's called, I really can't remember, it was that's not what I wanted from the end of the album. There is a review, I believe of it on my blog, if you really, really want to read it. But yeah, it was a great album, and I'm freaking glad that I got it. I got it on the day it came out, and it was awesome, really, really sweet album. So yeah, Skin Red. Get a pop! Number 3, Fred's House, Bonnie and Clyde. A bit of an odd one for me, again, because they're like folky stuff. But when I actually got round to listening to it, I was just blown away, to be honest. Every song has a story. Every song you can hear all the the effort that's gone into it, and to be honest, it's not like the thing is, it's not like with acoustic stuff you can I sometimes get a bit bored with it, like I suppose kind of like in the same way that people can get bored with metal over and over again because it can kind of sound quite samey. But with Fred's House, they're a bit more funky than just a folk band, and I think that's why I kind of like them, because they've got a bit more soul to them. Like I don't know, like I don't want to diss any folk aficionados, because I wouldn't say I'm a massive folk fan, really. But there's some really lovely songs on it. Like there's this song called Skin and Bone, and when I first heard it played live, and then I listened to it on the album, and it's just a lovely, really heartfelt song about basically someone that is going through a really horrible like illness or sort of something, I think is what it's about. I don't want to get the story wrong or anything, but yeah, it's about that, and you can hear that in the song, and there are some really lovely tunes on there, really. To be honest, I think you just need to go and listen to it. So yeah, I'm really plugging this album. It came out in April, I believe. Yeah. And yeah, go and listen to it. Seriously, it's a really, really great album. And well done to Griff, Vix and Laxman and... I'm sorry, I can't remember all your names. I'm sorry. The guys from Fred's House. Well done to you guys. And also well done to Rob, my keyboardist, who played on the album as well. Bit of a plug there for the old Von Nitros. Yeah, Von Nitros helped on the old on the Fred's House album there. Yeah. Number 2. I can't remember what number 2 is. Oh yeah, I can. Number 2, Marmosets. The Weird and Wonderful Marmosets. Again, this album is reviewed on my blogger, so I'm not going to go on and on and on and on about it, but it's awesome! Marmosets are a really original band. There's not really a band out there that sounds like them. You can say that they... Sorry, I'm just grabbing some tea. You can say that they're kind of Paramore-esque, with some more punky elements to them, but there's metal in there, there's tech metal, there's there's all sorts, and it's a really interesting mix of sounds. So yeah, it's I can't remember her name now, the lead singer. I'm not good at this. I'm not good. I'm just gonna have my fucking research, but no, just put it on the laptop and just do it, man. Just do it. Yeah, she's the lead singer, fantastic. Range just goes from like really high up here and then up, and then really low, and just like, oh man, just great, really talented musicians, and they're I think they're as young as me, or maybe younger, which makes it even more annoying. It's like, oh my god, I sat into the plot that we cared about. Number 1, King 810, Memoirs of a Murderer. Again, I'm sure everyone that knows me will know that was coming, because I've been going on and 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 on about King 810 this year. But because they are an awesome band, I haven't seen them live yet because I am genuinely terrified of their pits. Having said that, I must see them live next year. But yeah, it's kind of, I'm hoping that what comes next of King 810 in the near future, or King 810. King 810, King 810. I don't know. I prefer King 810 to be honest, but whatever. Whatever comes of them in the near future is positive, and that it doesn't become too much of a gimmick, their story, because their story is so genuine and so heartfelt in the lyrics of David Gunn's lyrics. So yeah, I really hope that it doesn't go too much astray from that. So yeah, those are my top 5.